who are we going to be hearing from next, Carol?
I think heading up next, we have Susan Ritchie, and she's going to be talking to us about HPP processing. Hi.
Hi, Susan.
Susan, hi.
Jeff Kleinman, nice to meet you. Have a seat.
I might need I'm short.
I feel
You're
you
climbing the corporate stool here.
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Susan Ritchie, and I'm the CEO of HPP Food Services and CalPac Foods.
Okay, and what does the company do?
HPP Food Services is the Southern California toller for high-pressure pasteurization of juices and food. And CalPac Foods is a co-packer for food and pressed juices and salad dressings and soups.
So you guys haven't been busy at all for the past couple
We've
of
been
years.
very bored. Yeah, looking for things to do.
So one of the questions early on as HPP started to come into the marketplace was capacity and the ability of the folks who wanted to get into this business of processing for taste and nutritional availability to actually find facilities that could do it or to purchase their own. So I wonder if you could, as a toller, speak to the state of capacity with regard to demand for these kinds of products.
Okay. Well, we actually at HPP Food Services are actually doubling our capacity now. The target customer would be a customer that has, let's say, 1 million pounds or 500,000 pounds, doesn't have the need for a whole machine, which would do 12 million pounds to 20 million pounds. So the mid-sized to small customer would be the perfect customer for HPP Food Services.
And what component of the market would you say are these smaller to mid-sized producers?
Well, initially a lot of our customers were juice, and now we're getting a lot of requests for baby food, soups, salad dressings, dips, a little bit of meat, but we're mostly in the non-meat category, at least the customers that are approaching us.
So, and how long does it take to do a run of, say, 1 million pounds or 100,000 pounds?
Mm-hmm. Well, it really depends on the item, but if you're doing a juice, you can high pressure about 300 pounds per cycle, and each cycle is about 9 minutes long.
Okay.
And we do about 5.5 cycles per hour, just to give you an idea.
Oh wow, that's a lot of juice.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So in one of the breakout sessions, one of the questions that came up was, as a young company, I'm taking on some investment. Should I try to take on this process myself, or should I, go with a co-packer and have someone else help me? What are sort of the advantages of going with you versus, trying to do this yourself?
Well, what we tell these new customers is we can share the overhead with them and the other customers that we have, so that it's not so cost prohibitive for them to get in. If they were to get their own facility, they have a certain amount of fixed costs and rent and utilities and other costs that if they go with a co-packer, those costs would be shared. Along with our R&D expertise and expertise about packaging, we're sort of a full-service solution for our customers.
So, we talked a little bit about packaging yesterday and a little bit more tomorrow. What role does packaging, you just mentioned, having the right packaging, play in sort of the beverage space? Are you seeing any innovations that still work with HPP?
There's some standards that work with HPP in terms of, PET, certain millimeter caps, 2-lead cap versus using an induction seal, which isn't very common anymore. So sort of that road has already been paved for a lot of these customers. Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, are you seeing people bringing ready-to-drink cocktails in for HPP?
We actually have gotten our first request for a product that is a cold-pressed juice, and then they would add the alcohol to it,
After processing?
After, yes.
In single serve or in bulk?
And so single serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, on the timing aspect, does it take longer to process bulk?
No, the time and pressure is still the same. You just get less of these larger packages in the basket, in the vessel. It's still about 300 pounds, but it's just larger units.
What would you say is the biggest technological competition for the HPP market?
Well, right now there really isn't any competition to high pressuring or performing an extended shelf life and a 5-log reduction on an enclosed package. I haven't really seen anything that's really comparable to that so far.
Aseptic, there's some word that, they're working on some stuff up at Cornell that might be an interesting processing method.
Yeah, we haven't seen any slowdown in the requests that we're getting for co-packing and HPP and wanting to use our technology.
How hard is it to get line time with you guys?
Well, we're basically doubling our capacity, and right now we're still getting 2 to 3 calls a day, and we're bringing them in as quickly as we can.
We'll keep on filling.
Thank you.
And thanks very much for coming.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.